Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Candid Meena. And today we have some interesting, piece of news is with regards to Nupur Sharma and her controversial remarks for which she was suspended from BJP. And now China, of all countries, has an opinion with regards to this whole incident, how it panned out. So China now reacts to Nupur Sharma's remarks on profit and says this is what they reacted to the controversial remarks regarding the Prophet Muhammad by expressing the hope that the incident is properly handled, and Beijing, which itself faces serious allegations of a mass crackdown on Uyghur Muslims in the volatile Xinjiang province, said China always believes that different civilizations and religions should respect each other and live together as equals. We have noted relevant reports and hope that the situation will be handled properly. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin told a media briefing responding to a question from the official Chinese media here on the protest triggered by the comments made by the BJP leaders. It is always important to discard pride and prejudice, better understand the difference between one's own civilization and other civilizations, and promote exchanges, dialogue, and harmonious coexistence between civilizations, he said. Wang's updated comments were posted on Chinese Foreign Ministry website. So now China is acting, smart and questioning Nupur Sharma. And while they have a lot of skeletons in their own closet, no one has questioned why, sort of, what's the reason. There's no investigation behind the Wuhan lab, which apparently how the COVID virus got out of the Wuhan lab. There's no international investigation. Number one. Point number two is with regards to the treatment of Uyghur Muslims in their own country. So we'll be taking a closer look at that aspect. So now, who are the Uyghurs? So Uyghurs is, as you can see from this map, you can see the autonomous region of Xinjiang. So it's just on top of India, and it's close. It borders Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and of course China. So these are the physical borders of this disputed region. And so a little bit about the background of Uyghur I'll be explaining. So there are about 12 million Uyghurs. They are mostly Muslim, and they live in this Xinjiang, which is officially known as Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, or in short form, it is called XUAR. Now, the Uyghurs speak their own language, which is similar to Turkish, and see themselves as culturally and ethnically close to Central Asian nations. They make up less than half of the Xinjiang population. Now, recent decades have seen a mass migration of Han Chinese, which is the Chinese ethnic majority, into Xinjiang, allegedly orchestrated by the state to dilute the minority population there. China has been accused of targeting Muslim religious figures and banning religious practices in the region, as well as destroying mosques and tombs. Uyghur activists say they fear that the group's culture is under threat of erasure. BJP on so this is a bit on how they are, China is treating these section which is called the Uyghur Muslims. So they have been targeting these religious figures. They are banning the religious practices in the region, as well as destroying mosques and tombs. So, and now they are lecturing India on on the remarks made by Nupur Sharma. And not only that, China sent millions of Uyghur Muslims to re-education camps, banned the hijab and beard, restricted namaz and Ramadan, the festival. Uh, did any Arab country ever sort of question China on the ill treatment of Uyghur Muslims, right? Recently, you had Qatar, sort of question Nupur Sharma's remarks, and Qatar is the same country which gave citizenship to MF Hussein, who painted Hindu goddesses uh, naked. So I mean, giving citizenship to uh, MF Hussein, and so India did not ask any questions regarding that. I'm surprised, right? And now Qatar is has not asked a single question to China with regards to the treatment of Uyghur Muslims, nor any other Gulf country. Why is it that? Why is India always the soft target, or why are Hindus always a soft target? Be it Bollywood, be it countries, Bollywood, as you know, has made a lot of films making mocking Hindu gods and goddesses, right? So coming back to Nupur Sharma, now the BJP, as you know, suspended the national spokesperson Nupur Sharma and expelled its Delhi media head Naveed Kumar Jindal after their controversial remarks against the Prophet. Now, amid protests by Muslim groups over the remarks, the party also issued a statement aimed at the concerns of minorities and distancing itself from these members, asserting that it respects all religions and strongly denounces the insult of any religious personality. The Ministry of External Affairs has said that India accords the highest respect to all religions. The offensive tweets and comments denigrating a religious personality were made by certain individuals. They do not in any manner reflect the views of the government of India. Strong action has already been taken against these individuals by relevant bodies. Now, China downplays Western allegations of massive human rights violation against Uyghur Muslims and their mass incarcerations in the volatile Xinjiang province. Last month, UN Human Rights Council Chief Michel visited China after a long drawn out negotiation process with Beijing to probe the allegations of the internment of over a million Uyghur Muslims of different ages as part of its crackdown on Islamic militants. So you can see some of the visuals. These are, a traditional Uyghur Muslim family in Xinjiang province. Then you have, these are the camps. Sort of in 2015, you can see that there were no camps for the Uyghur Muslims, and then the Chinese government built camps. You can see in 2018 these camps being built, um, and 2020 is the last picture. Then you can see there's a lot of protests in China against the Chinese government. China is committing genocide, says this placard, which this lady you know has, and there are a lot of protests in China, which condemns the treatment of Uyghur Muslims in China. So it's quite surprising to me that none of these so-called leftist, journalists or media houses, they have taken this. Have they questioned Chinese treatment of Uyghur Muslims? Has any Gulf country questioned China on the treatment of Uyghur Muslims? But why do they question, Nupur Sharma, right? So this is a very big question mark. So now a lot of reactions. Why are Gulf countries like Qatar not questioning China, right? And a section of activists and experts on Monday questions the silence of Muslim nations on Chinese treatment of minorities and alleged violation of human rights. Thereafter, some of these countries lodged a protest with India over the remarks of two BJP functionaries. So the row over the alleged remarks or derogatory remarks against Prophet escalated on Sunday with protests from countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, and Iran. prompting the BJP to take action against its functionaries. But after the reaction of the Islamic countries, questions are being asked in some quarters on whether these nations will raise the similar objections against China, which has been accused by many human rights groups of targeting Muslims and other minorities. Beijing has been denying these allegations. Now, Brahma Chelani, professor emeritus of strategic studies at the Center for Policy Research, said some Muslim states that have been mute on China's assault on Islam, including incarcerating over 1 million Muslims and confiscating Qurans, have played up the anti Muslim remarks of two Indians now expelled from the ruling party. Is it because they perceive India as a soft state? Kasturi Shankar, an activist and lawyer, also took to Twitter. Nations that claim to stand for the sentiments of world's 2 billion Muslims do nothing for Muslims in Afghanistan, Syria, China, or Burma. We can do nothing against ISIS or China or Taliban. So let's pick on a lone woman in a TV debate instead. This is what Shankar said. Now, former Rajya Sabha MP and BJP member Balbir took to Twitter saying, "World knows how China treats its minorities, specifically Muslims and Tibetan Buddhists. China violates all human rights, international conventions while dealing with Islam and Muslims in Xinjiang. None in the world even speaks about it. Why?" He alleged that Congress, the communists, and jihadis were celebrating as a relentless campaign on manufactured intolerance against Modi and India has worked for now. We have to work harder to expose the real character of this lot and neutralize them to save plural India, he said. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Iran, and Kuwait expressed their condemnation of the controversial remarks against the Prophet by Nupur Sharma and former Delhi media head Naveen Kumar Jindal and called for respect for beliefs and religions. Indian ambassadors were summoned and handed over protest notes. As the row intensified domestically and abroad, the BJP suspended Nupur Sharma and expelled Jindal. Sharma's comments made in TV debate nearly 10 days ago, and Jindal's deleted tweets has sparked a Twitter trend calling for boycott of Indian products in some countries. Now, Divya Kumar, a security affairs analyst, also raised issue of Uyghurs and restrictions on Muslims imposed by the Chinese regime. China sent millions of Uyghur Muslims to re-education camps, banned hijab and beard, restricted namaz and Ramzan. Did any Arab country ever dare summon a Chinese ambassador? This is what Divya Kumar Soti said. Filmmaker Ashok Pandit also took a swipe at the Arab countries over their reaction. So Arab countries will now decide who should be a member of BJP for India and what should be the basic principles on which the party should function, he tweeted. So Shankar also said those who issue statements on behalf of all Muslims of the world should logically take responsibility for all the crimes by any and all Muslims too. Several other Twitter users echoed the same sentiments. Kuwait and Qatar never bothered about the actual torture of Uyghur Muslims by China, but a TV debate on Indian channel where the opponent was also insulting Hindus, left, right, center, rattled them, said Monica Verma. So, friends, all the so-called leftists and those, the Congress party, they and the Gulf countries, especially Qatar, they are sort of, they have questioned Nupur Sharma's remarks. But why they have not questioned China's treatments of Uyghur Muslims? Why this selective, outrage or questioning? Why is it so? So, friends, let me know your thoughts on why, on on this particular topic, and let me know in the comments if you do like this video. Make sure you hit the like button, and tomorrow we'll return with another topic. Bye.